Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, what did the first month of the new year, January 2023, look like on the justice front? Well, the month started with some revelations from the January 6th committee testimony of Cassidy Hutchinson. One of the things we learned from Ms. Hutchinson's testimony was that pretty much everybody in Donald Trump's inner circle knew that Trump was responsible for the insurrection. And yet, the month of January ended with pictures being posted on social media of Donald Trump going to an ice cream parlor, enjoying himself a cone, while many of his supporters, the people who attacked the Capitol on January 6th on his orders, at his direction, are serving prison terms. So I think it's fair to say that during the month of January, we were pretty much just treading justice water. Let's hope we don't drown. Here is a short recap of the legal stories for the month that was January 2023. So friends, don't you love it when members of Donald Trump's inner circle inadvertently show their true traitorous colors? Let's have a look at the real-world consequences of the Department of Justice deciding not to prosecute people who plainly commit federal crimes. 2022 started with Donald Trump being held accountable for exactly 0 of his crimes, and 2022 ended with Donald Trump being held accountable for exactly 0 of his crimes. Let's hope that in 2023, Special Counsel Jack Smith has some accountability in store. So friends, have you seen that Donald Trump re-upped his intentional lies about Georgia state election workers Shay Moss and her mother, Ruby Freeman? So friends, is there any good news out there on the Donald Trump accountability front? 2 years after U.S. Capitol attack, investigation into Trump and insurrection enters new phase. So friends, the Republican members of Congress were just sworn in to the House of Representatives, and already they're trying to seize the power to interfere in DOJ criminal investigations. This is what happens when you let insurrectionists frolic in Congress. Republican Representative Scott Perry, who was involved in the insurrection, as we'll discuss in a minute, is back in Congress. And now he wants to be on a congressional committee that gets to investigate the Department of Justice's criminal investigation of the insurrection. Let me put it another way. Scott Perry wants a committee assignment to perform oversight of the law enforcement agency that is criminally investigating him. So friends, on the Donald Trump accountability front, at the moment, all eyes are turning to District Attorney Fani Willis and the state of Georgia. Another Donald Trump fall guy bites the dust. Alan Weisselberg, Donald Trump's chief financial officer at the Trump Organization for decades, was just sentenced to 5 months in prison for massive tax fraud and other crimes. So friends, today, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. ruled that Donald Trump telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by is admissible evidence relevant to prove what motivated the Proud Boys to attack the Capitol on January 6th. So friends, Attorney General Merrick Garland has appointed yet another special counsel. This one to look into President Joe Biden's handling of classified documents. Friends, let's take on a bit of a good news, bad news story. A story about Donald Trump and today's sentencing of his criminal enterprise, the Trump Organization. Let's take on two topics. The first topic, will Donald Trump ever be charged for his federal tax crimes? And the second topic, how worried should we be that Merrick Garland decided to appoint a special counsel to investigate Joe Biden, who is a former Trump official? So friends, have you seen Donald Trump's recent social media posts? I'm sorry, but they virtually scream that Donald Trump knows he's about to be indicted. So friends, the new Republican majority in the House of Representatives is saying, hey, smoke 'em if you got 'em. That's right, the Republicans are bringing carcinogens back to Congress. Well, friends, another federal judge just stated the obvious, that the insurrection was a Donald Trump production. So friends, is the Big Apple back in the picture when it comes to prosecuting Donald Trump for his crimes? So Congressman Jim Jordan, who, if you'll recall, refused to comply with a congressional subpoena seeking his testimony about the crimes of Donald Trump, is now being told by the Department of Justice that they're probably not going to comply with his congressional subpoenas designed to take a peek inside the DOJ investigation. So friends, the Department of Justice just searched Joe Biden's Delaware home, looking for additional classified documents. So I guess now the Joe Biden classified documents thing is identical to the Donald Trump documents thing, right? Wrong. Today, a jury in federal court in Washington, D.C. convicted 4 more defendants, 4 more oath keepers of the deadly, serious crime of seditious conspiracy. So friends, District Attorney Fani Willis, who's been investigating the Georgia state election crimes of Donald Trump and company, was in court today. And she said a number of things, but 2 words in particular that she said signal exactly where her criminal investigation of Donald Trump is headed. So friends, Supreme Court Justice Brett I Like Beer Kavanaugh is back in the news. And I have to wonder if these latest revelations about Kavanaugh's alleged misconduct will finally prompt a long overdue FBI investigation of Kavanaugh. So friends, remember the John Durham investigation? That's the one where Bill Barr appointed this guy, John Durham, as a special counsel to investigate the investigators who investigated Donald Trump. Well, the New York Times just pulled back the curtain on the Durham investigation, and what we see behind that curtain is ugly. So friends, what can we glean from Donald Trump's unhinged rants on his third-rate social media platform? Well, there's a piece that just ran in the National Review that takes a crack at trying to answer that question. Another horrific killing as a result of police excessive force, and yet still no real political effort or appetite to take on actual police reform. So friends, while Donald Trump's foot soldiers, the folks he told to attack the Capitol on January 6th, go to prison, Donald goes out for ice cream. So friends, might New York District Attorney Alvin Bragg again be considering going after Donald Trump for just some of his New York State crimes? You know, is it just me, or does it feel like this show is now in reruns? So friends, Representative Jim Jordan is using his position on the House Judiciary Committee to demand details of some of the Department of Justice's ongoing investigations. And DOJ just sent a letter to Jordan with its reply, which was, in substance, pound sand. Let's talk about that, because justice matters.
It's for sure. Justice matters. Justice matters. Justice matters now.